One of the big last minute things that Donald Trump could use his presidency for is issuing pardons. It's a thing that presidents generally do. And this administration, which has been chock full of criminality, is probably likely to do that as well. And some of the president's biggest supporters aren't even hiding how much they're urging him to pardon himself and others in the last minutes. Here's Matt Gaetz.
President Trump should pardon Michael Flynn. He should pardon the Thanksgiving turkey. He should pardon everyone from himself to his administration officials to Joe Exotic if he has to, because you see from the radical left a bloodlust that will only be quenched if they come after the people who worked so hard to animate the Trump administration with the policies and the vigor and the effectiveness that delivered for the American people. And so I think that the president ought to wield that pardon power effectively and robustly.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of nonsense there about them doing stuff for the American people or whatever. And there was also the added level of nonsense of, oh no, he should like only pardon himself because the left is gonna be coming for them. You know what the left wants? They want political blood, not us conservatives. We would never want to lock them up. We never want to do that. That's not a thing we do. By the way, sometimes I really wish that I could be the one doing the interviews because I would have just asked the follow-up. Wait, is there anyone on the left that you think should be investigated that's broken any laws? No, you totally do. You talk about it all the time on the media. So what are you talking about the left being bloodthirsty? But anyway, what he is saying there is Trump should pardon all these people, not just people like Michael Flynn, who apparently Trump is telling confidants he plans to pardon. That's like breaking news as of the last day, but also himself. For what? Matt Gaetz isn't being specific there. But he clearly thinks something. He's admitting that there's something there that in theory Donald Trump should pardon himself for.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So if he's gonna pardon himself, he has to have committed a crime, right? He has to be charged with something. When is that all gonna go down, Matt? I mean, in order for him to pardon himself, let's start that investigation. Let's start the charges. Let's go into convictions so we can get to your end game of him pardoning himself and Joe Exotic and the Thanksgiving turkey. This whole thing is mixed in with like comedy, but then he gets this angry tone. It's like they keep their stupid supporters guessing as to exactly whether or not they should be laughing, crying, or yelling at the TV when they're listening to them. So when you throw in the Thanksgiving turkey, it's obvious that it's like a tongue-in-cheek thing. So is the Mike Flynn a tongue-in-cheek thing? Is the pardoning yourself a tongue-in-cheek thing? Is the pardoning of Joe Exotic a tongue-in-cheek thing? Who knows? Who cares? Just go ahead and do it. Just say it on TV, then go back to your wherever the hell you're staying, and let the people just sift and sort that whole thing out. This is, again, I don't know what the end game is. I don't know what the point is of even going on TV. It's just to have this appearance and say, I have to go on TV this morning to say something ridiculous, and then go back home. Like, why? You don't believe it's gonna happen. You don't have a real point. So why are you doing this?
I mean, the point is to reassure Trump fans that he's gonna be all right and everything's gonna be all right and everything's gonna come up MAGA, basically. I mean, it's like the appearance of the Michigan speaker, the House Speaker of the Michigan House of Representatives, who went from telling one of the Fox and Friends people like, there's all these conspiracy theories that we're gonna overturn the results of the election, to 1 minute later saying, well, there's still a chance that we're gonna overturn the results of this election. Like, you don't have to be at all consistent. Matt Gaetz is there to tell them Trump can pardon himself because his fans are worried that in theory, if he's not president anymore, he will get investigated. So reassure them, no, he's gonna be fine. He's going to be pardoned. And why? Because they're bloodthirsty for political blood. And then 10 minutes later, they can go back to Rashida Tlaib should be arrested, and Ilhan Omar should be arrested, and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. There's no Fox viewer is gonna say, hey, wait a second, I thought it was the left that did that. That has been bred out of them at this point. Just tell them something that's convenient right now. And Matt Gaetz, while he's generally a dullard and all of that, he does recognize that part of the game. He's good at two things: telling them what they want to hear and getting his hair ever higher. I don't know what's going on with that, but it gets higher every time he appears on Fox News. It's been elevated a little bit more.
He's the Pinocchio, but his hair is the nose.
So lies.
Last thing, I don't know if it's the last thing, but thought about their Law and Order party, because we know how Trump was pushing law and order, law and order, law and order, law and order, then order and law. It actually gives a bit of an illustration as to what they think of law and order and the justice system and the way things should be done here, as you just detailed. So apparently, law and order only works if it's the guys you don't like. or if it's the guys you think are the criminals. Law and order doesn't work if it's the people who've been proven to be criminals, or at least have enough evidence to investigate their criminality. Forget that part, because that's us. These are the good old boys. We don't have to fall under the law and order thing. The other people fall under the law and order thing. All those folks that you already dislike, the folks we've convinced you since the beginning of our country are the bad guys. So that's their real view of the judicial system in the country. It's, we're okay, we break laws and we get away with it. You actually don't break laws, or there's some minor thing that some kid stole a pack of gum from a grocery store before, therefore execute him. This is the way that they approach things, but they don't have to say it necessarily out loud. They just say it in these terms of, oh, well, we're the good old boys and they're the bad guys. That's not law and order. That's not justice. That has nothing to do with a free and fair system of punishing people or actually keeping crime down.
Yeah, law and order, it's the motto on the box. It's branding, that's all it is. And when they say it, they know what they actually mean. Their intended audience knows exactly what they mean. This is state power designed to protect the interest of people like you. And you means white, Christian, relatively well-off, straight, cis, all of that, to protect you and to strike out against everyone you despise and fear. It doesn't mean that we have some sort of objective system of law that everyone has to comply with. We will use it aggressively against the people we hate, and the people we like, they can break all these rules if we want. Trump fans don't care about that. If Trump is making money while in office and all that, breaking all these, the emoluments clause and all that, they're not mad about that. He's a good person, he gets to break the law. The bad people, that's what the law is for. They're very clear about that.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.